We will resume the examination of the nominations submitted by the State Party of Italy. We took some interventions from Ethiopia, Zambia, Japan, and Oman. And now I would like to pass the floor to Argentina to continue the discussion. Argentina, ready?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Sorry to keep you awake. We wanted to thank and to congratulate Italy for this excellent nomination and thank the IUCN for its very accurate and detailed evaluation. We really do think this is a unique site and that the way that this site encompasses such a broad range of geological aspects is of great importance. We would like to see this property inscribed on the list, and we think that this is such a thorough, well-preserved property that there's no reason for it not to be. We see that there's a whole series because there's a whole series of landscapes surrounding this, be they agricultural or other, then the integrity of the site is well intact. We think that some of the key management aspects have been very well handled, in particular when it comes to protecting the archaeological and geological attributes of the site. Monitoring is also adequate for the property, and therefore we think that this property really deserves to be inscribed on the World Heritage Site, and we'd like to support the amendment. But we do have one question for the State Party. Is there a plan for developing tourism in this area, and how can you ensure that it's sustainable? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Egypt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Egypt would like to express its support for the inscription of the evaporitic karst and caves of Northern Apennines on the World Heritage List. Based on criterion 8, we recognize the exceptional value of this site and the importance of preserving it for future generations and support the inscription during the current session. With over 900 caves, including some of the largest, deepest, and most complex in the world, this site provides unparalleled opportunities for scientific research and exploration. This site is not just a scientific treasure, it also holds historical significance as the birthplace of the scientific exploration of the caves. Its accessibility and well-preserved state ensure that it continues to be a leading research site. Egypt commends Italy's dedication to the preservation and management of this exceptional site. The establishment of the World Heritage-oriented management structure is a positive step towards ensuring the long-term protection of its natural values and attributes. We look forward to the committee's decision of inscription. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Greece.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our delegation would like to commend the State Party for elaborating this nomination file, as well as the advisory body for its very well-structured and detailed report and for its useful recommendations. Having examined thoroughly the submitted information, we consider that the natural values and geological attributes of the component sites are well documented, whereas the particular geological and climatic context of the nominated property are well demonstrated. This impressive serial property, which, as already mentioned, belongs to an underrepresented category of the World Heritage List until now, is one of the most complete, accessible, and well-preserved examples of the karst phenomena in gypsum. It should also be underlined that this property unites the most internationally studied areas that belong to this natural system in terms of hydrogeology, mineralogy, and speleology. In view of all the above, our delegation strongly supports the amendment proposed by Ethiopia for the inscription of this property on the World Heritage List on the basis of criterion 8 and its outstanding universal value. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. India?
Thank you, Excellency, for giving India the chair. We joined the list of countries supporting Italy, and we also like to support its inscription. Thank you, Excellency.
Thank you very much. South Africa?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for giving us the floor. The delegation of South Africa has considered the documentation provided regarding the proposed serial nomination under Criterion 8 by Italy, which is the evaporitic and karst caves of Northern Apennines, comprising of 7 components in the Emilia Romagna region. The advisory body, IUCN, after assessing the property, recommended for it to be referred back to the state party due mostly to issues to be addressed related to its integrity, protection, and management. The OUV of the proposed property was not questioned. The State Party of Italy has provided a thorough and expansive supplementary information report concentrating on the issues and recommendations listed by the IUCN. Specifically, in terms of formal protection, Italy confirmed that, albeit not all components are protected under the same legislation, all of them, along with their buffer zones, are formally protected under either the regional or national legislation. Regarding the existing right for the Montedondo quarry, it is noted that this quarry is located within the buffer zone of the Vena del Gessi Romagnola component. It is expected that the mining at this quarry will continue within the current approved perimeter for the extent of the volume already authorized. It is thus foreseen that the extraction activities will remain for approximately another 10 years. Additional issues raised by ICOMOS, such as the development of a visitor management plan that identifies areas of expected high levels of visitation and the carrying capacity of the nominated property, should be promptly addressed by the State Party of Italy, and they should not jeopardize the potential inscription of the on the World Heritage List. As such, Mr. Chair, South Africa supports the amendment proposed by Ethiopia regarding the inscription of this property in the World Heritage List. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Bulgaria?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The nominated property is located in northern Italy and is a serial site of 9 components. We believe it meets the requirements of Criterion 8 because it contains numerous surface and underground karst formations, which form some of the most complete and outstanding evaporitic karst systems in the world. It provides excellent conditions for studying karst forms in gypsum deposits. For this reason, the formations have been studied there since the 16th century, and it is where speleology and many of the modern scientific theories of evaporitic karst were born. Due to its accessibility, even today it is a leading research site. In terms of integrity, the proposed property includes about 90% of all evaporitic rocks in the northern Apennines, with excellent quality and integrity of karst system. Reliable legal protection is ensured for the entire site, which is included in the European Union Natura 2000 network in a national park, 2 regional parks, nature reserves, or protected landscapes under the national legislation of Italy. Currently, the management is conducted by 2 bodies which have the management plan, budget, and personnel for the effective management of the entire territory. Taking this into account, we support the amendments proposed by the distinguished delegation of Ethiopia, and we support the inscription of the property. We commend the State Party for the careful preparation of the documentation in collaboration with the advisory body, and encourage the State Party to implement the recommendation of the amended draft decision. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Belgium?
Thank you, Chair. I can be briefly, very brief, just to say that the delegation of Belgium would like to support the revised amendment proposed by Ethiopia and uploaded 2 days ago. We would like to thank the State Party of Italy for the commitment not to extend the permits for carrying in the Monte Tondo quarry and to start restoration activity as soon as possible. The major concerns regarding the boundaries of the nominated property, as well as the single unified protection system, are, according to us, sufficiently covered. So, again, we would like to support the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. دولة قطر.
شكرا
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like, first of all, to thank the advisory bodies for their performance and their exhaustive report. I should also like to thank the State Party for their response to the cooperation and collaboration with the advisory bodies. We believe that there is enough argument here to justify the inscription, bearing in mind that the State Party has resorted to a number of measures, including stopping the mining activities in this property. Thus, bearing in mind all these considerations, we do endorse the inscription. Thank you.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you very much. Rwanda would also like to support the proposed amendment tabled by Ethiopia and the inscription of this property as proposed by Italy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I see no more interventions. So I would like to pass the floor to Italy to respond to some of the questions addressed by the distinguished delegates of Argentina and South Africa.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, as far as the ongoing activity which could threaten the nominated property, I would like to stress and make it clear that no economic and industrial activity threatens the sites, and in particular, quarrying activities is prohibited on the entire property. As some distinguished delegates already said, there is only one active quarry in the buffer zone of one component part. And in the last months, a general revision of the quarrying plan of this area has already been adopted, and it excluded any enlargement of the quarry perimeters, and the exploitation of the quarry is allowed only within the limited amounts already licensed. So the years can be also less than 10, as the distinguished delegates of Bulgaria said. It's just limited to the amount that are already licensed. The plan states that the final restoration of the quarry and the relative funds have already been set aside in the quarry's concession deed. For the tourism development in the area and the sustainability guarantee, I would like to underline that the caves that can be visited are only 5 out of approximately 900. For the caves that can be visited, which in any case can only be accessed with guided tours, a system to manage and monitor tourist visits is already in place and will be further strengthened. Furthermore, no artificial lighting will be installed in the caves, as the visits are and will be possible only with lighting helmets. So tourism will certainly remain specialized, we are talking of geotourism, and limited in size, with numbers of accesses absolutely compatible with the preservation of the ecosystem. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any more comments or interventions? So I see none, and I therefore invite you, dear colleagues, to adopt the draft decision 45Com 8B.32. But before doing so, I'd like to ask the rapporteur if she has received any amendment on the draft decision proposed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have received one amendment from the distinguished delegation of Ethiopia, which is co-authored by the distinguished delegation of Bulgaria. And from the floor, we have received confirmation from the distinguished delegations of Zambia, Japan, Oman, Argentina, Egypt, Greece, India, South Africa, Belgium, Qatar, and Rwanda. The proposed amendment, Para 2, inscribes evaporitic karst and caves of Northern Apennines, Italy, on the World Heritage List on the basis of Criterion 8. Para 3 takes note of the following provisional statement of outstanding universal value. Moving to Para 4. Welcomes the state party's commitment not to extend the permit for quarrying in the Monte Tondo quarry and to commence restoration activity as soon as practical. Para 5 recommends the state party to fully establish the plan management structure for the serial property and to consider A, submitting a minor boundary modification to enlarge 2 component parts located in the Altavale Secchia and in Vena del Gesso Romagnola Monte Moro. B, developing a single unified protection system for the component parts of the serial property. C and D remain as per original text, except for deleting the nominated word. Para 6 requests the state party to submit to the World Heritage Center by 1 December 2024 a report on the implementation of the above mentioned recommendations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Al-Karabia Saudiya.
Assalamu alaikum.
Good afternoon. We would like to add our name amongst the names of those who are endorsing this document. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thailand would like to support the amendment as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mali.
Monsieur le Président,
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. We'd also like to support the proposed amendment. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mexico.
Gracias.
Thank you, Chair. We've been listening very carefully to the discussion with participation from the state party, Italy, and we would like Mexico's name to be listed as supporting this proposed amendment too. Thank you.
Nigeria supports the draft amendments. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, I think we should move to examine the draft decision, paragraph by paragraph. For the first paragraph, we don't have any amendments. Do we agree to accept the paragraph as it is? I see no objections. Adopted. Paragraph 2, we have a proposal. Do we agree to the proposed text? I see no objections. Adopted as amended. Paragraph 3, we have a proposed text. Do we agree to this paragraph? I see no objections. Adopted as amended. Paragraph 4, we have a proposed text. Do we agree to this paragraph? I see no objections. Adopted as amended. Paragraph 5, we have a proposed text. Do we agree to this amendment? I see no objections. Adopted as amended. Paragraph 6, we have a proposed text. Do we agree to this paragraph? I see no objections. Adopted as amended. Dear colleagues, I'd like to invite you to adopt the draft decision as a whole. And if there are no objections or comments, I therefore declare draft decision 45Com 8B 32 adopted as amended. Congratulations to Italy. Congratulations on behalf of the entire committee. You may have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. On behalf of the Italian Republic, it is a sincere privilege to share here in Riyadh with the international community the fact that this time Italy has diversified its World Heritage List with a natural property, thus highlighting the Earth's extraordinary treasures and our always growing responsibilities of preservation and enhancement towards future generations. Our profound gratitude goes to you, Mr. Chairman, for the excellent and very professional conduct of this long session, and to the World Heritage Center and the advisory body for the successful work accomplished these days and the constant spirit of open and transparent collaboration shown. Let me dedicate such a global recognition to the proud and brave people of Emilia Romagna, recently hit by heavy floods, but always keen in any circumstances to let their resilience, passion and skills prevail, to promote with stronger determination and share with the whole world the fantastic qualities of their hearts and minds, as well as the richness of their land. Italy remains warmly grateful to the distinguished members of this committee, in particular to Ethiopia for having successfully presented the amendment to the draft decision, and to the other members who expressed their support. Thanks to your support, friendship and trust, Emilia-Romagna will be from today recognized not only for being the birthplace of Pavarotti, Fellini, Armani, Ferrari, but also for its fascinating geology and their unique caves filled with amazing gypsum crystals. I have the pleasure to give the floor to Barbara Lori, Regional Minister for International Cooperation. Thank you.
Monsieur le Président, merci.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to first express my gratitude to Saudi Arabia for organizing the 45th session of the World Heritage Committee. I'd like to thank the Director General. I'd like to thank Lucian for the accurate assessment and for the suggestions. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank the other members of the committee for their support. The inscription of this property on the World Heritage List gives us the opportunity to share our knowledge with all countries. And also, it gives the opportunity for residents to preserve their outstanding universal value and to transmit it to future generations. I would also like to thank the Ministry for the Environment, the Regional Scientific Committees, and the Regional Speleological Association, the Emilia-Romagna Park System, the municipalities, the universities of Bologna, Emilia, and others for their extraordinary work. Thank you once again, and I would like to invite everyone to come and visit this exceptional property, the Karst Mountains of northern Italy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and congratulations again. So now I would like to invite ICOMOS to present the nomination of the Yudin Savan Archaeological Site, Yudin Savan Settlement and Cassipora Creek Cemetery, Suriname. But before I give the floor to the Secretariat, Mr. Bassamo, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. We received a factual error notification concerning the evaluation of this nomination, which is on page 153 of both the English and French version of document in faith before. And in this notification, some factual corrections have an impact on the text of the proposed statement of outstanding universal value. And these corrections have already been incorporated in the version that we keep in the Secretariat. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'd like to pass the floor to ICOMOS.
This is the presentation of the ICOMOS evaluation of the Joan Savannah Archaeological Site, Suriname. The ICOMOS report can be found in document INF 8B1 on page 479 of the English version and page 332 of the French version. On this evaluation, ICOMOS has received a letter on factual errors and